So Hillary Clinton is either out of the race or pretty close to getting out of the race. I went to her website the other day and I checked out some of the comments that her supporters have left her, and all of them say, 9 out of 10 of them say, that they will either be voting for John McCain or not voting at all. The remaining 1 out of 10 says, okay, I'll vote for Obama. But I searched a whole 3 pages and I did not find one that even mentioned Ron Paul. Ron Paul has been censored through the mainstream media wherever possible, getting the bare minimum of coverage, because the Federal Reserve, the Bilderbergs and the Trilateral Commission, they all understand that if Ron Paul gets into office, their money-making scheme is over. They are doing everything in their power to censor Ron Paul. So all of these Hillary supporters that now may not have Hillary to vote for, they're not going to vote anymore. They're either going to vote for McCain or they're not going to vote at all. These are potential Ron Paul voters. They all seem to hate Obama for some reason. But none of them, I could go through these comments and find 0 out of 100 comments that even mention Ron Paul. And that is just, it's absurd to me how it's so obvious that Ron Paul is being censored like he is, and we have not questioned it. We need to start questioning everything that goes around us, especially the mainstream media. I have told a lot of people about what I've discovered about the Federal Reserve and how this country is run. And there's a big problem in that they either don't believe it or they don't give a flying fuck about how this country is operated. I told my mom about this and she goes, well, it's just a conspiracy theory. She doesn't believe that this is true. And she's forgiven. She is Mormon and she has been conditioned to believe that if anything is going wrong, then she has her church president that will tell her what to do to stay strong and alive. But as for other people, my bandmates, 3 of them have lost their jobs. One of them actually got fired, but the other 2 were laid off because their employers can no longer afford to have them working. And I talked to them about this, and I told them that I plan on buying solid gold to hold my wealth in case our economy goes down the shitter, and they laughed at me. Even after losing their job, they laughed at me and they go, well, if the economy goes down the shitter, then gold is not going to be worth anything either. Bullshit. At the end of World War II, in Germany, people were buying loaves of bread with 10 cigarette butts. And that could happen here. Our economy could go down the shitter and our currency could be worth so little that we'll be buying bread and water with cigarette butts. And trust me, if cigarette butts are worth more than your currency, then gold is going to be worth a hell of a lot more than a cigarette butt. They just don't understand what's going on. They haven't taken the time out of their daily lives to research it. And that just fucking drives me nuts that they don't give a flying fuck. They don't care. They need to wake up. Because our lives are being guided and they don't even know it. None of us know it. Are you getting the picture? Do you understand how serious this is? I'm just amazed at how little Americans care. You might think, oh, I'm just one person out of 300 million. And that's not the way to think. You should think, I am one person out of 300 million, but I can make a difference. Government should be scared of its people. And the way things are today, I'm seeing people afraid of their governments. Ron Paul knows that governments should be afraid of their people. He knows that we should have our constitutional right to bear arms so that if there's somebody in the White House fucking things up, we have arms and we can go up there and drive them the fuck out. But Hillary, John McCain, Obama, they're all about gun control. They're all about invasion of privacy in the name of security. If you sacrifice your constitutional rights for security, you will not get security or constitutional rights. I stated that in my other video. It's proven. In a country, I think it was Australia, they banned the constitutional right to have a weapon. They banned the constitutional right to bear arms in that country. And a month and a half later, they gave that constitutional right back because everybody that had a gun and was licensed to have a gun no longer had their guns, so the people that were unlicensed to have guns and had guns illegally could walk into a shop and not be scared that the shop owner doesn't have a gun under the counter. They could walk in and take everything, and the shop owner couldn't do shit. It's impossible to live in this world today without the constitutional right to bear arms. But our politicians don't fucking understand. Our founding fathers had incredible foresight. They knew that it would be impossible to live in this world without the constitutional right to bear arms. They knew something that we didn't. They thought this out. They thought the Constitution out so well that it's just crazy to abolish any constitutional rights. They knew something that we didn't. I'm voting for Ron Paul. And I don't care if Utah doesn't allow write-ins on the ballots. I'll write them in anyways. Because I've seen him censored enough. I got a fucking email from rockthevote.com that says, oh, now we've got Obama and McCain. Those are the only two. It basically says that those are the only two left running for office now. And that's amazing because Ron Paul is still running, but they haven't mentioned him. They're doing everything in their power to censor Ron Paul, and to me that just says that they're fucking scared of him. And we want somebody in office that they're scared of so that we are safe. We want the Federal Reserve abolished so that we don't have to pay our income taxes to these international bankers anymore. And we want our constitutional rights back. You need to start fighting like I am. You need to start spreading the word. You need to start caring. Otherwise, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be wondering what the fuck happened. And I'll be out fighting for my constitutional rights. And I'll still be free. You'll be the one that's not free anymore because you didn't care. And I hope that one day you'll wake up and you'll be free again. And it will be because of people that have fought for it. People like me.